think it's time for a drink. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get to drink. Marcel? Marcel?
And then all the other girls around the table are just laughing it off, bro. Like, I get it. Y'all on live TV. Just while she's just straight up humiliating and disrespecting her husband. The one that she's about to go home to. The one that pays the bills. The one that provides for her and all the children. The one that got on one knee and said, "Will you please marry me?" For her to pull this off on some live show, this is just despicable, bruh. This is unacceptable. Sincerely, we need to pray for Stephen Curry, bro. Because this is humiliating. To say the least, like, this is supposed to be your partner. This is supposed to be your closest partner. Your girlfriend, boyfriend, and then eventually marriage. That's the person that you're most intimate with, most vulnerable with. And then she's gonna go on a show like this and pull something like this off, bro. That's just completely disrespectful. I don't have respect for her after this. I don't. And the only reason why I'm even watching this video is because I've been coming across a lot of clips of Ayesha Curry on another recent podcast of her talking about how she never wanted to get married, and at first she wouldn't even think that she would marry Steph Curry, and just continuing to like emasculate and diminish him, bro. When the only thing that should be coming out of her mouth is uplifting words from him. The only actions that should be coming, like, come on, this is just horrible. And the craziest part about it is that I'm pretty sure just a couple minutes later, they're going to have Steph Curry up as a picture on the stage, and she going to start talking about her husband after pulling something off like this, bro. Look at her. And then look at all her friends. Look at all her friends. Watch. Why isn't it coming off? I need my ring to come off. I'm not trying to get copyright. Doing the most. And this is why I will firmly believe that, man, you don't want to marry an attention-seeking woman, bro. Because realistically, she most likely just did that type of scene for attention. Unless it's really for like a productive cause, you know, something beyond just her, you know what I'm saying, and her just getting attention. You don't want to do it. You're setting yourself up to be completely humiliated. Because she's not thinking about Steph at all in this scenario. Now, it's not only this instance. I want to show you guys something else. You know, that they do have a beautiful family. Beautiful, you know what I'm saying, daughter. 2 sons, another daughter. You know, Ayesha, you know, Steph Curry, look how, bro, this man is ecstatic. As any man should be. Multi-million-dollar contract, mansion, wife, kids. I would be ecstatic too. You know, there's a lot to be happy about. I had to use the gunshot effect. Because after seeing, imagine going on social media and seeing your wife, just coming across this picture of your wife backstage with Drake and the rest of the groupies. She's with the groupies. She's hanging with the groupies. You already know Drake is taking her home, and Kathy all the way on the right. Well, probably left. I don't know if it's the right or left. But yeah, and Kathy. Okay. Where do you think Ayesha going if the rest of these girls are going with Drake? I mean, why is she even dressed like this? I thought she was a family woman. Backstage with Drake? It's not a good look. Another instance of public humiliation for Stephen Curry. I'm now accepting more people into my Business Mastermind Academy. This is where I'm breaking down the $1 million blueprint that all online businesses use. To get more information on this, you can just simply click the first link in the description. Steph Curry's wife won't stop embarrassing him. And I genuinely mean it. Steph needs our prayers. My prayers go out to Steph Curry right now because I hope that his wife, unfortunately, continues to publicly humiliate him by acting like you're not enough. She's acting like he's not enough, my lord. She acting like he not the one that got on one knee. She acting like that dude Maurice that came out with the martinis, like she can't control herself around him. Want to throw the whole marriage down the drain. Want to take the ring off, throw it in the garbage, get with Maurice for one night, and then try to go back to my dude Steph. Now, I'm not saying Steph is perfect, Lori. You know what I'm saying? He might have done some things on the side too, but at least it's not public humiliation.
Weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with
I promise you, I'm gonna let the video play. But I promise you, I did not know she had the condition of being so stuck on male attention. I'm just able to tell just by that one scene alone. And you don't want to do it. You're setting yourself up for failure, man.
And I'm like, is something wrong with me?
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. Want kids. I didn't want to get married.
Before we dive into today's video, I need you guys to understand something. This is for nearly a decade, and the recent comments from Ayesha Curry have reignited a conversation that the NBA world just can't seem to stop having. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people are annoyed and frustrated, and more importantly, you'll see the full picture that most people are missing. So stick around because this story really has more layers than you think. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to get the latest NBA news. And now that we get all that out of the way, Curry's August 2025 appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast started going viral on social media. In these clips, Ayesha Curry opened up about her marriage to Steph Curry in a way that left a lot of people scratching their heads. She went viral for admitting that marriage and kids were just never part of her original plan. And this is exactly what she said.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
Now, on the surface, that might not seem like a big deal. As you evolve as a person, plenty of people change their mind about what they truly want in life, especially when life throws many different situations and circumstances in front of you. But here's where it gets interesting.
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice.
Social media immediately exploded. Even I thought that these comments were crazy. Can you imagine what her daughter's gonna think when she grows up and actually sees this podcast? Thousands of comments poured in with people saying that she sounded ungrateful, that she was embarrassing Steph again, and that she should appreciate the incredible life she has. One viral comment read, "She's still married to Steph? It sounds like she's divorced." Even rapper Killer Mike chimed in on Instagram, commenting that Steph doesn't deserve this embarrassment. Now, Steph Curry himself actually responded to Killer Mike, defending his wife and saying, "You're better than that, stay in your lane, and let God keep blessing me like he is. We're good over here." Killer Mike later apologized, admitting that it wasn't my damn business. But here's the thing, and this is what we really need to talk about. This isn't Ayesha Curry's first rodeo when it comes to controversial public comments. In fact, she's been making headlines for questionable remarks about her marriage and her husband for years. And to really understand why people are so frustrated this time around, we need to go back and look at the full story, because this latest incident is just the most recent chapter in a much longer story. Let's rewind to June of 2023. I think this is the last time I made a video on this topic. Aisha appeared on the daytime talk show The Real as a guest. During the segment, a shirtless waiter walked onto the set to serve drinks to the hosts. The other hosts started laughing and making a scene, as you'd expect on a daytime talk show. But here's what caught everyone's attention. Aisha jokingly pretended to take off her wedding ring as the man approached. She covered her eyes, laughed along with the co-host, and the whole thing was clearly meant to be a joke. But the joke didn't land the way she probably hoped it would. The clip instantly went viral, and NBA fans absolutely roasted her for it. Comments flooded in saying things like she doesn't.
I mean, how else was that joke supposed to land other than her looking like she wanted to throw the marriage in the garbage and get laid by this dude? Like, there was no other way for that to land.
Respect you, and questioning why she would do that on national television when she's married to one of the biggest stars in basketball. Some people defended it as harmless fun, but many others saw it as disrespectful to Steph.
Oh, forget the stars. You're married either way.
Especially given that this wasn't her first time making questionable comments about their relationship in public. Now, again, this isn't the only incident, because if it was, maybe people would have brushed it off, but we need to go back even further to 2019, because that's when things really started to get messy. In May of 2019, Aisha appeared on Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook show, Red Table Talk. And if you're appearing on this show, man, nothing good can come from it. I mean, this is the show where Jada Pinkett Smith famously said that she had an entanglement with one of her son's friends to her husband, Will Smith.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain.
Aisha appears alongside Steph's mom, Sonia Curry, and during this appearance, Aisha opened up about feeling insecure in her marriage. She talked about how women constantly throw themselves at Steph, which makes sense. He's Steph freaking Curry, one of the biggest names in basketball. But then she said something that made jaws drop across the internet. Aisha admitted,
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
what
Like,
the fuck?
what, like, because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone.
I just do you hear her? She's complaining about having zero male attention and talking about how she doesn't want it. Why are you even mentioning it? It doesn't make sense, family. It doesn't make sense. I do need to mention Business Mastermind Academy. Fastest way to start making money online. I'm giving y'all the blueprint. Link is in the bio to apply and get access to life-changing information. But this girl Aisha has been wilding. Wilding. I need to add a D in there. Wilding.
One's looking.
and the internet went absolutely nuclear. Memes flooded Twitter within hours. People were saying, wait, you're married to Steph Curry. You have a beautiful family. You're successful in your own right, and you're complaining about not getting attention from other men? Memes of this are hilarious. I mean, Aisha Curry walks past a group of guys on the street. Guys, don't catcall. Aisha...
What the is wrong with you?
Aisha Curry walks past. Nobody. Aisha, I just want to be noticed. Steph...
She is very gorgeous to me.
Even Steph Curry's mom, Sonia, who is sitting right there during the interview, told Aisha that her way of thinking could get real dangerous. That's your husband's mother essentially warning you on national television that what you're saying could lead down a bad path. Aisha later defended herself on Instagram, saying she was just being vulnerable and honest, and that if her comments help another woman feel less alone, then the backlash was worth it. Steph also supported her publicly, writing on Instagram, "Proud of you for being authentic and putting yourself out there, not being afraid of the potential and nonsense that could and did come at you. But here's the thing, a lot of people didn't see it as vulnerability. They saw it as someone who had everything most people dream of, a loving, faithful husband who's one of the greatest basketball players ever, financial security, a beautiful family, and she was publicly saying she wished other men would give her attention. That didn't sit right with a lot of folks. The thing that started all of this was a hilarious tweet in 2016. I mean, we're going back to the NBA Finals when the Cleveland Cavaliers were facing off against the Golden State Warriors. If you guys missed our NBA 10 years ago video, I'll leave it in the end screen because it's one of our best videos on this channel that we do each and every year. But during Game 6, the Warriors were up 3-2 in the series. One went away from back-to-back championships, but the game didn't go their way. Steph fouled out in the fourth quarter and was ejected after throwing his mouthpiece into the crowd. The Warriors ended up losing 115-101, forcing a Game 7. Right after the game, while emotions were running high, Ayesha took to Twitter and posted this: "I've lost all respect. Sorry. This is absolutely rigged for money or ratings. I'm not sure which. I won't be silent. Just saw it live. Sorry." Yeah, she essentially accused the entire NBA of rigging the finals on Twitter for everyone to see. The tweet went viral instantly, and it put Steph in an incredibly awkward position during one of the most important legacy-defining moments of his career. Here's his wife publicly claiming that the league he plays for, the league that has made them both incredibly wealthy and famous, is rigged. Sports analysts had a field day. Some, like Brian Windhorst and Stephen A. Smith, suggested that maybe Steph should take away Ayesha's Twitter access. Ayesha later deleted the tweet and apologized, saying she tweeted in the heat of the moment because the call was uncalled for. She later told People magazine that "I was just a fan in that moment, so I didn't think about the ramifications. I regret the way that I voiced how hurt I was." Steph's response? He joked that he might have to cut off the Wi-Fi at home. Now, here's where we need to be completely fair and provide some context. It's easy to take a look at all these moments and paint Ayesha Curry as a villain who's constantly embarrassing her husband. But the reality is more complicated than that. She's a human being who's been living in the spotlight for over a decade, married to one of the most famous athletes on the planet. Every word she says gets analyzed by millions of people, and that's not easy. In her recent Call Her Daddy interview, when you listen to the full context, she wasn't saying she regrets her life or her family. She was talking about how her identity shifted rapidly from being a career-focused young woman to being a wife and mother before she even had time to process what she wanted. She said she loves being a mom, but also loves doing other things, and she's trying to find that balance. That's actually a pretty relatable struggle for women. But here's the disconnect, and this is what frustrates so many people. Ayesha isn't just any woman trying to balance career and family.
Alright, fam, we're gonna leave that right there, bro. No matter which way you cut a slice it or dice it, that first clip that we watched with her trying to take off that ring, unacceptable. Then you have her dressed up with the groupies next to Drake. Not a good look. Comment down below your thoughts. You know, maybe I could be ridiculing too hard. Comment down below what you think about this situation right here. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.